many men wish death upon me. Blood in my eye, dog, and I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be. And niggas trying to take my life.
Ooh, that song fucked up a little bit. Didn't mean to do that, but we're back for another week, boys.
Boys, welcome back. I'm glad to be back.
In the studio, we got Georgie back. It's the Three Musketeers are back.
Yeah.
We heard the feedback.
Three-man wolf pack.
We heard the two-man was a great success, but
Great success of 2 men.
George was feeling a little bit left out, so we'll bring him back
So,
in.
am I third wheeling here? Is that what's going on here?
Me and Brock are lovers now.
You don't like Taylor Swift. Like, of course you're third wheeling this whole fucking thing.
I don't like to ask just because I'm a fucking grown man, bro.
Is
Okay,
this
get
why
your
you're
life
excited?
together.
Oh, I know why it's excited this week. Chiefs are 4-0 with Taylor Swift in the venue. They finally lost with her in venue.
Yes,
They're
they
4-1.
they did. Yeah. Yeah.
Jordan
great stuff.
Love.
Did you see that guy made the AI of her kissing Jordan Love, like the fake AI? picture?
No,
It was
I
I did actually like
it
it.
was
It was
like
pretty funny.
rumors are that Taylor Swift has now left Travis Kelce for Jordan Love.
It was very funny. And talking about the Packers,
Jordan Love a dog.
the Packers are getting it right at the right time.
Yeah, they're doing good. They're looking really good.
So I think we had this earlier in the year. Jordan Love played his first couple of games. He played quite well, and
Played well.
we
then he
all
had
had the
down.
thought, well, this dude looks like he's going to be a starting quarterback
Yeah.
at the very least.
Yeah, that mid-season
Then he
slump.
slumped and
Yeah.
he was dreadful. And it was kind of, I'm like, well, is he the guy? Is he any good? I reckon, considering it's his first year as a starter,
Yeah.
the offense is relatively untalented. I know
LaFleur's
and Watkins.
LaFleur's good, but I don't think anybody else is good.
LaFleur's coached up really
Yeah.
well.
Undefeated in November.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
never, ever lost a game
Really?
in November.
Fuck,
No,
that's
December. He's 12-0
Is
in
it
December.
December? Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's a cool stat.
Yeah, never lost a game in December. So he wins at the right time. Like they've got the running game going
Yeah,
now.
yep.
Funnily enough, Aaron Jones is hurt and Quadzilla's out there just running the ball.
Yeah.
The weather's going to get colder in Wisconsin,
Yeah.
and they're going to need a guy like that in Dillon. So I think they're set themselves up. They're the 7 seed right now. I think they've got a real opportunity to be a playoff team
100%.
in a pretty soft back end of the NFC.
Seattle are falling away too, so I think they've got a real shot to make it.
They're 4 from the last 5 games.
Yeah, like they're playing at a really good level. It's a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, it's a vacuum. I was like,
Yeah.
fucking hell.
The mic won't pick it up, but it feels like the ceiling's collapsed.
Yeah.
I thought I was hearing. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, are we about to die? Is
Not
it ceiling
breathing on
on?
No, it's a very common look I've seen before with people in the
Yeah,
studio. Being like, what the fuck?
It's
going upstairs.
pretty high end production value. here
Yeah,
at the
it
moment.
is.
So
it
this
is,
is
it is.
this is primo stuff here. I love it.
I feel like we're in a fucking bunker. But yeah, no,
in
Packers,
the vault.
in the vault. Yeah, the
Packers
Packers are
doing
rolling. I'm
Packers are rolling.
I'm impressed with them.
And
Look.
also fuck the Chiefs.
Now, let's just say something. One, the personal foul for hitting Mahomes while he was still in bounds and trying to get the first down
Was not a person.
was one of the worst fucking calls I've ever
That's
seen in my
terrible.
life.
Terrible.
And I was livid until the next throw.
Yeah,
When,
they blew that
throws.
PI call.
MVS got fucking mauled. He
Mauled.
didn't even have the opportunity to drop the ball this week.
Nope.
He already said in the locker room, though.
MVS.
Yeah. They were asking him about it, and he's like, I don't know. I didn't see it. I was already on the ground.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
so do you think it was PI? And I don't know. I was trying to make a ball, and I couldn't get there. I was on the
Look,
ground already.
My hatred for the Chiefs is well documented. That was so blatant. Like blind Freddie saw that it was PI from 2 weeks back.
Yeah,
It was
I
bad.
don't think the one on Kelsey in the end zone was PI. Because you can't, like, they're all, if you're going to call that, every player is
all those-
shoving everyone in those end
50-50
zones.
balls. Yeah, yeah.
It was a 2-hand shove, I agree, but Kelsey didn't even argue it. He was like, it is
No,
what it
but
is.
that's the thing. If he was hands were actually up going for the ball when he
Yeah.
gets pushed, not a PI. He
Yeah.
didn't even get a chance to actually go up and make a fucking play because he got pushed to the side
He
first.
ran himself right under the ball anyway.
He got pushed to the side first and then got pushed down in front.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know. If
he was in the wrong spot.
they should have called it on MVS for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
If they'd called that one on Kelsey, I would have been like,
It would have been.
Nah, that one would have been a big ticky touch.
yeah. But the one on MVS was 100% in. And you know what? They fucking robbed us of overtime.
Nah, fuck the Chiefs.
No, I'm not saying I kind of want a Green Bay to win. Not that I really care.
You
about
just
either
love
of them.
free football.
But I
You
just
want
love free
extra
football. Like, if I can get fucking overtime, I'm getting overtime. Like, I
Yep.
want it. It's free. I pay a lot of money to watch football in this country. I want the free
Every
overtime
fucking
every
bit
time.
of it.
Unless it's the Cowboys. I want them to win 50-0.
Yeah.
Um,
The Cowboys are smashing everybody at the moment. But
well,
anyway, it's
should we
Talking about a game that went to overtime.
okay.
Trevor Lawrence
yeah.
Oh.
ankle. Fuck.
Did you guys see this? Did you see this shit?
I
on
know what
Monday
you're going
night?
to say, but I want to let you say it.
Like, so just for context, this is the fucking NFL. This isn't high school football in fucking Connecticut, right? This is the NFL, billions and billions of dollars, right? The entire state of fucking Florida, you got Jacksonville. This isn't like their third string tight end or their second blocking fullback. This is their franchise fucking quarterback. This is their guy. His teammate stepped on his foot or whatever, and then he fell awkwardly onto his
High ankle sprain is what's
High
called.
ankle sprain,
Yeah.
right? Fine, yeah, cool. You're telling me in the entire state of fucking Florida they don't have one fucking trolley to wheel this guy out?
You didn't.
He's got to walk himself out.
You didn't see what happened.
Austin Powers was driving the one trolley. They couldn't turn it around. He was just going back and forth, back and forth.
That's
Is that the reference you guys are making? I
that's
love
called a.
Brock posted that on the vault today.
Oh,
That's a
okay,
D way to LeBron sort of alley
was it.
there, right?
That was a setup. You set him up, I put him down.
You said it. You're telling me for your franchise quarterback there isn't one trolley in the whole stadium to get him out. So
I've
he's
actually
gotta
got a
walk
good
on his
story
fucked
about
ankle?
this. We were discussing this Saturday night when we were having a couple of quiet beers after our game. So Adam Gotts, obviously Australian player,
Shout out.
when he was out in Australia, it was just
yes.
when the ratings had come out about this facilities and all that sort of stuff for every NFL team.
Yep.
Jacksonville Jaguars were rated the worst team in the NFL for their facilities.
Really?
And someone asked Gotts about it when he was out here, and he's
Not just somebody. The great Doyle
the great M. Doyle.
Shout out
Had
Mark
a
Doyle.
chat with
playing
him,
250 this week.
playing
Shout
his
out.
250th
50th game.
It's huge.
That is
for the big
huge.
fella. Big ugly fuck. Love you, man.
Can
But,
play football though.
yeah, he's all right. Yeah. Ricky Williams once said he looked like a football player. Doyle will definitely bring that up this week.
He will.
No, but he said Adam Gotts said no, it's terrible. Like people don't eat food in the facility. High paid players bring their own trainers, their own strappers,
No.
everything because
Because of the
you would
facilities are that
think-
bad.
You would think it would be great, but it's not. It was very interesting.
Dude, this is the NFL.
Yeah, but they don't spend money on things they don't have. Like they had the people, for example, we said the people making the food are earning $4 an hour. Do you think they fucking care how good the food
Yeah, but
is?
so Shad Khan or whatever his name is, the guy who owns the thing, he's like a multi-billionaire. You
He
telling me he doesn't have money?
Also owns Manchester City. Is that right?
No.
West
Tot-
Ham.
Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Tottenham or Arsenal. Tottenham, I think.
I think it's Tottenham where Ange Ponte. You should know this.
And
And
Postecoglou, yeah.
Big
Postecoglou.
Italian Greek.
No, he's Greek. He's not.
He's straight Greek.
Straight Grekana.
Straight Greek.
I Greki. You love the Savalaki.
Actually, from Prahran High. Alumni with
From Praia.
from Tommy Jones. Alumni with Tommy Jones.
Fucking hell.
So-
Good old days, eh?
A $1 billion franchise, a $1 billion league,
Yes.
and they haven't got one trolley to wheel out their franchise quarterback.
Yepers.
And he's walking out on his own with like shoulder to shoulder with a fucking trainer on his bad ankle.
Yes, sir.
What the actual fuck, dude? Get your shit together, Jacksonville Jaguars, please.
It was a terrible look.
That looked awful, man.
Terrible, terrible look.
And they're like, in the race, they're trying to win the division. Houston's probably going to win the division now.
Did Houston beat them a couple of weeks ago?
I can't remember.
I feel like Houston, they came from behind and beat them.
I think you might be right.
No.
They lost.
That was
to
the
Del-
half a yard.
Oh, that was the yes. They fell half yard short. That's right. So I think that if he's hurt,
Well, he's going to be if he's got a high ankle sprain, he's going to be out at least 2 or 3 weeks.
you'd think so.
You know what opens up the door for my boys?
The Colts.
The Indianapolis Colts. Actually, not my boys. Fuck the Colts. But Minshew Mania
Your boy Minshew.
is going to run wild on you.
Imagine Minshew makes the playoffs with
Imagine
the
being like,
Imagine Minshew kicks the Jags out of the playoffs after they got rid of him.
Oh, they got rid of him. Yeah.
fuck off. I'm just not buying it.
How good would that team be with if Richardson didn't get hurt and was still playing?
He would be rookie of the year.
Yeah. Oh, nah. Stroud's having a pretty good year, bro.
I don't know, man.
No.
I said
Stroud's
it's a good. I got a question. I had a few listener questions. This
First,
week.
first off, I just want to give a huge shout out to our listeners. Huge shout out for all the listener involvement. I love it. It actually gives me a massive stiffy. Please, yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. I want all the listener involvement. Please and thank you. I love it. Go ahead, James.
So this is from Paul Egan, long time listener, back from the SEN days.
Shout out, Paul.
He sent me a message just saying if the Colts make the playoffs, Steichen should win Coach of the Year.
Oh, well, they're gonna make the playoffs over the Texans.
Yeah, I think if the Texans make it with CJ Stroud, they'll probably. I think D'Amico Ryans will get it.
Yep.
I think the shine's kind of gone off Dan Campbell, and this is the.
Is that because we're just used to them being good now?
Yeah, that's the problem. Like
Yeah.
to win Coach of the Year, you almost have to have a crappy team and have a good year.
Good year, yeah.
Yes.
Like you have to have what people think's a crap team and then be
Yeah.
good.
because the Lions had a really good back half of last year as well, kind of thing. Is that what you're saying?
Like I think he would have been more likely to win it last year.
Yeah,
after the
yeah,
back.
yeah.
If they'd made the playoff last year, he probably would have
that's
made
true.
it.
That's a good point. Yep,
So
that's a good
I
point.
think I still think Dan Campbell should be the guy. Like that team's been terrible for years, and they're going to win the division.
Man, Detroit is where careers go to die, bro.
Yeah, he's
Like-
changing the whole
narrative around the
Exactly.
city.
So I think it should be him.
He's changing the narrative of an entire fucking franchise. That on its own is worth coach of the year.
100%. I think it should be him. Style action. Yes, if the Colts can slip. I'll answer. Should it be him? No, I don't think it should be. Could it be him?
They're
Absolutely.
currently sitting over top of Houston.
Yeah. So if they
Yeah,
get in,
they
if they
played
get
each
in
other
and
last
Houston
week.
don't,
Yeah,
They
yeah.
get
It'll,
Houston down, they could
more
definitely
than
do it.
likely the winner of that game gets in. Yeah.
it's fucking wild.
Not even that. The Indianapolis Colts have a pretty good easy run home.
Of
Yeah,
course they
right.
do. They were a terrible team last
Yeah, they're
year,
a
so
terrible
they
team.
play
They've got a shit
all
schedule, yeah.
their non-division games. They play the bottom teams.
So they got Bengals, Steelers, Falcons, Raiders, Texans.
Few winnable games there.
Raiders and Texas both at home.
Raiders aren't that bad.
Raiders aren't bad, but Falcons aren't good.
Falcons are currently winning the NFC South.
Yeah, they are
Yeah,
winning. Yeah,
Let that sink in.
yeah.
Falcons aren't.
Yeah, they're the 4 seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the 4 seed.
I think
Right.
if the Cowboys and Eagles are playing for the division, I reckon they're fucking stupid. I think they should be playing to lose the
yeah,
division
playing
so
to
they
lose.
can
Yeah,
finish fifth.
fifth and just smack Atlanta
Yeah.
in the first week.
It's like those college teams that play the warm-up games in the
Yeah, bit of a
preseason and just
tune-up
beat them
game.
up. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what it's going to be
Whoever
like.
finishes fifth is beating Atlanta 50-0 the next week.
Yeah.
Atlanta is 6-6 at the top of the division.
Like,
Yeah.
and I think they'll win it. Whoever wins that division will have a losing record, I think. Because I can't see Atlanta winning 4 games in a row.
Tampa's not going to win.
Don't know.
Tampa's not.
You reckon
winning.
they'll be on
Saints
some
aren't winning.
8-9 bullshit?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Mm.
Yeah.
you might be right, dude.
I'm
When was
normally
the last time a team with a losing record made the playoffs?
last year the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Oh, that's right.
And the
yeah.
Cowboys fucked them sideways.
Yeah, that's
in
right. Yeah.
They're playing the
Yeah.
wild card.
Yep.
Old Tommy Brady had no chance.
I reckon a couple of years ago before that, it would have been the Eagles and Cowboys were fighting out for the NFC.
Yeah,
East with the
I
losing
think
records.
Washington made it.
Yeah.
As a-
With a losing record.
I think they
Yeah.
might have just had a winning record.
like,
I can't
like
remember.
some fucking 9-7 shit.
Yeah, it happens a
I
lot.
think it might have been like before it was 18 games. I think it was an
Yeah.
8-8 sort of
Yeah,
system.
Yeah, I think it
some
was.
8-8 bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
I
you'd be
think-
surprised how often teams do it.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking.
There's
shit,
always
though,
a
isn't
shit
it?
division. There's always a shit division.
The NFC South is one of the worst I can remember, and it was awful. Like it's 2 years in a row now. They're probably going to have a team win it with a losing record.
Losing record. Yeah, that's an indictment, isn't it? On the
There's a lot of
division.
people that say that if you have a losing record, it should just automatically void you from the playoff.
Yeah,
And whoever unless the next, so if you win your division with a losing record, and a team's not winning their division with a losing record,
and they're like
the next
and they're
best
like
team,
the 8 seed or whatever.
then,
Yeah,
then you stay in.
The 8 seed
But if
should
there's
be
a-
in if they have a, if
Yeah,
they have a
if there's an
winning
8
record.
seed with a winning record and a division winner doesn't, they drop them out and put them in.
I actually don't
It's not,
disagree
not
with
the
that.
worst idea.
It's a way to get better teams in.
Yeah,
So although like everyone,
but
everyone
I get
remembers,
the division winners and all that because
it's what creates
yeah,
rivalry.
Yeah, the rivalries.
And
yeah.
it creates games at the end of the season. Because right now, those 4 teams would be fucking playing for nothing.
Yeah, literally.
Like up
nothing.
until this week, the Panthers were still playing for something. They could
Yeah.
still
Yeah, they
technically
could
win the
still win
division.
that division.
Yeah.
They weren't going
Officially
to.
eliminated now.
There's 3 teams now that if they weren't in that division would be basically eliminated from the playoffs.
Yes, yeah.
That have got a chance.
Yep.
So it keeps people involved.
They're all
Involved.
these games
Get
will
crowd-
go half
it's all
behind
that
each other.
crowds and TV money. They've got to keep
100%.
people watching.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. Because the NBA did it. They went to just the top teams. And I don't
They did it years ago, but
Yeah.
it was
now they got the playing tournament,
play in time.
yeah, they
Yeah.
expanded even more.
which is a fucking massive load of shit anyway.
I don't think NFL should go any more playoff teams. I think 14 teams,
Well, college is expanding from next year. It's
To
going to go
12.
4 to 12. Yeah,
which is bizarre to me. Why not to 8? Because I'm not a big college guy, but I looked at like the top 12 teams at the moment.
Oh, they're trash.
Really, the top 8 is all you want.
yeah, yeah.
You just want Georgia, FSU, and
the top 6.
Oregon to get
Well,
in.
FSU missed out as well.
Yeah,
that was a
like
big
you
controversy.
just want to open it up so all the undefeated teams basically get in.
basically
I
play
think
each other. Yeah,
8 would be enough because there's never 8. And you know what? If you're not undefeated, fucking cry about it.
bad
Like,
luck.
fuck off.
Yeah.
You don't have a right. So
What do we got next,
Interesting.
fellas?
We have my favorite type subject of all time.
Favorite subject for Brocky's favorite subject. Here we go.
that you
Go on.
didn't add to the rundown.
I did not.
Well, it was
I'm-
definitely you or me, and
I'm
it
ready-
wasn't me.
I'm ready
So,
for this. Go
it
on.
definitely wasn't
Do
me.
you reckon George did it? And he's
I reckon
just
George is
using this-
setting me up.
He's that sort of operator. He'd add it himself, so then he could act all hard done.
hang on
by.
a minute. Out of the 3 of us, I'm the sneaky operator.
Yes, you're a sneaky guy.
You are Greek.
Like I didn't even hear you come in tonight. My floor didn't tremble underneath your feet at all. I was like, "Whoa, George is in the room."
Sneaky.
You
All
are.
right, Snake. As in from
I'm
Metal Gear
a
Solid.
ninja now. Yeah, from Metal Gear
Because
Solid.
I know you're a big
Solid
Metal Gear
Snake.
Solid guy.
Can you play my sound, please?
Can you pass me the cord, please?
Oh, I can just do it. I thought you were going to make an actual drop.
Oh no, I was just going to play it like a normal soundboard works.
That's okay. I got it.
Go on, here we go.
This is a sad operation from you. You're meant to be the. Am I the producer? Or are you the producer?
You definitely have the board in front of you. So.
You are the. Oh, fucking Sirianni.
So one at a time is just nonsense, right? Don't give me this is just another
So
game.
see ya.
Another game.
See ya. Let's just put it there. See ya. Eagles. I love a trash talk. But if you're going to trash talk fans on your way out, you can't be having a performance like that the next week.
And then you can't also sit in the press conference and say, "Oh, everyone knew I was just joking."
No, he definitely wasn't joking. He
No,
hates the Chiefs.
that's what he said at the press conference. He said, "Oh, you know, I know I was just having a game."
Oh,
Like, you need to
so-
sit there like a fucking man and go, "Yeah, fair enough, backfired on me a bit."
So,
Yeah.
so like, obviously, I'm a staunch Eagles man. Like,
No,
the reality
shocked
is,
me.
yeah, I know, right? Crazy. Also, water's wet, and the sky is actually blue as well. I know it's crazy. Right?
What?
I know it's crazy.
Continue.
So-
Hey, hold on. Title of the
But
episode.
but
George is an Eagles fan.
question
a
mark.
big one. George is a major Eagles fan.
So Sirianni's a bit of a fucking toss pot. Let's be honest. Like he
It-
kind of just he's
He's a
kind of like
fuck stick.
he's kind of like one of those just like rah guys. Like he just stands on the sideline. Like he doesn't call the offense.
He's an
He
Eagles
doesn't call the
supporter.
defense. He's kind of just there to like get people G'd up.
It's a
He
chiller.
probably gets cheat. Yeah, he is. He's like that Mike Tomlin style. Like he doesn't, he's not really super involved in the nitty gritty of like calling plays and all that. So that's kind of what he's there to do.
Mhm.
I think for a head coach, he gets a little bit too emotionally involved in the game. He needs to be a little bit more reserved. Like you see guys like Andy Reid or Bill Belichick, they're not carrying on doing.
How
shit
does he
like
ever
that.
cut anyone? That's what I want to know. The guy's
You know,
so
because
emotionally
he's-
invested.
that's what
Oh,
I
the
mean.
GM
He's
would.
invested in everyone.
Yeah, I wonder if he does cut him.
I don't reckon he would.
Because I reckon I've seen
Nah, it'd be the GM
Howie.
it'd be the GM that cuts him.
I've seen
Wouldn't
Howie
be-
Roseman in a few interviews, and he's dry as anything.
Yeah,
and I reckon if he was
he'd
cutting
be
you, he'd
doing a
walk
cut.
in and be like, "Hey, you cut? Here's a plane ticket. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Call this number. See you later.
Best of luck. I hope someone picks you up somewhere. Thanks for your time here. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Would you
Shut
like,
the door on your way out.
Would you
please.
like one bullet to the head or 20 to the gut?
So that
It's one of the office story when he's like, "Yeah, one time I shot a deer in the leg and I had to chase him down for hours."
It was money. It was Moneyball. Are they my only options?
Yes.
yeah. That's right. Yeah, Moneyball.
Money-
It's Moneyball.
Hey, when I know, I know.
And I know Nick
And I
Sirianni's
just
a
want to
fuckhead.
comment on that game because I know you obviously brought it up because
Talk to us.
we taking nothing away from San Fran, they absolutely fucking gave it to us.
They're fucking good.
They in
Healthy San Fran
in
is
that second half, they completely pulled their pants down.
and
We had
AJ
no
Brown
response.
shouldn't have fired up Debo Samuel.
Yeah, well, that was again. But that goes back to what I was saying before. The coach has allowed that because he carries on like that.
He
too.
allows that
He's
behavior.
allowed that behavior in the building.
Did you
Like-
see Brandon Graham and Fred Warner when they went to do the handshake at the start of the game?
Yeah.
And Brandon Graham was like, "Man, we're going to come after you today." And Fred Warner was like, "Yeah, have a good 5 plays, man." Just fucking spread him on toast.
yeah.
And Brandon Graham's like, "Oh no!" He's like, "No, have a good 5 plays, bro.
Yeah.
Have a good 5 plays. I hope they're really impactful."
Yeah. So they put it, especially in that, like the first couple of
Mate,
drives,
unbelievable.
Philly looked good, but I think 2 things happened. I think one, San Fran are getting healthy at the right time,
Yep.
which is real. And I don't know if-
McCaffrey is also unbelievable.
yeah, McCaffrey's very good. I said he's going to win Offensive Player of the Year. He's a star.
I think Tyreek Hill will win it. but
Yeah, if
I
he
think
gets 2,000 yards,
I think
he will.
it's such a McCaffrey thing that he'll put together the season he's going to have this year.
and then
and
not
Probably
get
not
and
get
not get
injured, have the best season of his career
Yeah.
when he's probably deserved it 5 other times, but
Yeah.
then he got injured. And then
Amen.
Tyreek Hill's going to fuck him.
it. So they're getting healthy at the right time, and Brock Purdy is really progressed
Yeah.
as a quarterback. I think this year he's really progressed from last year. He's looking
Can I
fantastic.
can I
And-
just-
and he's sneaky. He's sneaky mobile too. Like people just think that he's just a pocket
No,
passer.
no, he's mobile.
He's sneaky mobile.
Can I
man.
just
He's
say
good.
though, because I'm the first to shit on Hurts a bit for like dumping it off and getting receivers to make big plays.
Yeah.
Purdy does that a lot too.
Of course
Like
he does.
Debo Samuel scored 3 touchdowns, breaking about 15 tackles.
Correct. Yeah.
Which makes his numbers
But-
look unbelievable.
But as a quarterback, isn't that what you're supposed to do? You're supposed
Yeah,
to get the
the-
ball in your skilled guys' hands and
100%.
then let them make plays.
And it's the same. Like if you want to watch Prescott over in the Cowboys at the moment, the reason he's been so successful,
That's what he's doing
he's
as well.
hitting Cooks and he's hitting CD Lamb
Yep.
a fuck ton,
Yep.
who are making plays.
They're making plays.
Even Ferguson, the tight end, he's hitting
Yep.
him and he's breaking tackles and making plays.
Mm.
Like you can
To
only
me-
be as good. You have to run your offense and run it well.
to me,
and
that's smart offense, man.
I think there's 3 quarterbacks right now that are probably 4 quarterbacks right now that are doing it at a really high level, and that's Tua,
Yep.
Prescott, Purdy, and CJ Stroud.
Yeah,
I
Stroud's
think they're the
one of them.
4 quarterbacks that are running their systems to a really high level. Oh,
I'll throw
probably-
Lamar. I'll throw Lamar.
it's probably
in there.
unfair to Lamar as well. He's because his last game he was very explosive when he had his receivers healthy.
Yep.
And we've
agreed.
got don't go into Lamar now because we've got a fuck you fight me coming up from our good man Jer later.
Okay.
But
Shout out.
yeah, I don't know.
I-
I said to you, I think this loss was coming for the Eagles.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
They
Like, so-
played 3 games in 17 days. The
Yeah,
49ers
correct.
had
Yeah,
a
we-
13-day break.
Break. They haven't played since Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah,
they haven't
it
played
was-
since Thanksgiving.
It was always going to be a battle of attrition.
It's
And
we're a week into December, dude. They haven't
Yeah.
played since Thanksgiving.
And it was almost like, I know you're a Carlton supporter, like when Carlton went up to Brisbane, had that hot start,
Yeah, we're up by 5
and then
goals.
Brisbane just started pumping him.
Yeah, just ran out.
And it
of
was
the top
like
of us. Yeah.
they just
just ran out of legs,
they
bro.
just
We're done.
ran out.
We're done.
And I think that was what it looked like for the
Second
Eagles.
half in the defense, we had no pass
Yeah.
rush, bro. Our defense was cooked.
100%, which is unlike them. Like McCaffrey, like Jalen Carter was getting thrown to the
Yeah,
ground.
he was. When was the
like-
last time you saw that? He's
Yeah,
a beast, bro.
Never. And that's
lives
what I
in the
mean. It was
backfield.
just one of those days where I think, like,
And-
I
and
still
if you
think
look at
they're the
last
2
month-
best teams in the NFL, in my opinion.
You look at the last month, who we've played. We've played Cowboys division game.
Yep.
Right. That was a fucking tough, hard game. That was like I told you, it was like a heavyweight title bout. That's
Yep.
what it was. Just 2 teams beating the fuck out of each other. And then we traveled to Kansas City.
Yep.
Right. And had to beat them in the rain.
And the
And then-
Bills.
And then the Bills in overtime.
Yep.
And then we had to back up on a short break because that was Monday Night Football. We had to on a short break. We had to back up against
49ers.
the 49ers.
Yeah. And then
Well,
you got to roll,
probably-
and then you roll into the Cowboys next. week.
And we're probably the best team in the NFL, the 49ers, like talent wise, like,
I
like
think the-
list wise.
Are we all in agreement the 49ers right now are undoubtedly the best team in the
Yes,
NFL?
absolutely.
With all their players.
Yeah, like-
and Chase Young there now is
when
making a
everyone's
huge
healthy,
difference.
When everyone's healthy, mate, like, and now we're going to back it up again and go to Dallas to play the Cowboys. Like
And then
that's a
Seattle.
fucking hard stretch of games, man.
But then
And
you,
Seattle
you do get the Giants.
twice.
You
in
get
3 weeks.
Giants, Arizona Giants the last 3 games. So they've kind of chopped, like, I know the Giants are division games, whatever, but like they've kind of chopped you out there.
So we'll probably lose. We'll probably lose this week upcoming against
Oh.
the Cowboys.
I don't
'Cause-
know.
You know, because I mean, that's what good teams do. We split division games. That's what they do. Like, you know, we
Yeah.
beat you guys, you'll beat us.
You know,
That's how it
I
goes.
don't think good teams do split division games.
No. When 2 good teams are playing each
Okay,
other in
yeah.
division, they
Yeah.
split
Yeah,
the games.
okay.
I think this. I think I'm actually interested. I'm actually nervous about this game for the Cowboys.
Why?
Eagles, because I think for the first time, I think the Cowboys should win. In my mind, at home, the way they've played
Yeah, they should win.
and the way they're playing,
They're the number
If-
one. They're
if
like
they
the number 1
lose-
offense, and I think the number 4 defense. Or
yeah.
something, dude.
And so if they lose this game to me, it'll be really disappointing.
It'll be
at
massively.
home.
As a Cowboys fan, I would be massively.
And I'm
disappointed
worried
if
that
they lose this game.
whenever I think there's
I'd
an
love to know
opportunity,
what the line is.
I don't even think it'll be out yet.
I reckon you guys will be a touchdown favorite. I'm telling you.
I think it will be 3.5 points.
Well, 3 points is the home field advantage.
That's
usually.
true. So, yeah, it might be.
It'll be a
six,
touchdown, I'm
6
telling
points. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm nervous at this game because I think the Cowboys should win this game.
Yeah.
The other thing is like the thing that the 49ers beating the Eagles, it's good for football this year. Because if the Eagles had won that game, the NFC's theirs.
Yeah,
Cowboys-
They are running
basically,
away
yeah.
number 1 seed.
Cowboys 3.5 favorites.
3.5
Yeah, right.
favorites
Okay.
at
I'm
home.
surprised.
That's
I'm
a low
surprised by
line,
that.
actually.
I thought it'd be
That's
bigger than that.
Yeah.
It's pretty normal.
So they're basically saying they're an even team, but they're
The home field
the same
advantage,
team, but the
yeah.
Cowboys get the 3 points for being at home.
Yep.
I think that them losing to the 49ers opened up the NFC.
I'm as a staunch Eagles man.
Yeah.
Like, although it would have been nice if we didn't let them score those 2 touchdowns at the end to blow us out.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't as bad as what the score
I don't think the
was.
scoreline accurately reflected the
No.
contest, but they were much better. They were a much better team. They were healthier. They were better. And you know what? Also, we got out coached, especially in that second half. We got out coached bad. Shanahan's.
What did you
coach.
think of the ejection of Dre Greenlaw for the
Yeah.
Bush?
I don't know, man.
I thought it was really bad when I didn't think the security guy was going to get ejected, but I think the price that the 49ers like that
But
Dom whatever his name is,
They won
he
that
came
fucking
and
trade-off.
put his hand on a player.
Yes.
And then, yeah, I know when you slow it down, he touches his nose. In full motion, it just looks like he points at him, being
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
don't
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
touch me.
Yeah,
I think for a starting Pro Bowl caliber player that Dre Greenlaw is, he's one
Sure.
of their best players.
yes,
To be ejected for the fucking security advisor to get ejected.
yeah.
I think it was a really rough. And if that game had gone, because at that point, the Eagles were actually taking care of business pretty well
Yep.
at that point.
Yep.
I think for them, if that game had gone the other way and Dre Greenlaw had to play a bigger part and they'd lost, it had caused them losing.
Yeah.
I think the 49ers would have had a bit more to say.
Yeah,
Now, in the
yeah.
end, it didn't matter.
Yeah, no, it definitely didn't
But
matter in the end. We got
I
thumped in
think
the
the
end.
price they paid, if you're a coach or a non-playing representative of a team, fucking never touch a player.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah,
you wouldn't-
fucking
you shouldn't be
stupid.
touching players anyway.
Like,
Shouldn't be
and then-
touching the
and
players
then-
at all.
The way that the Eagles fans almost heroed that Dom guy, because I get it, he ended up getting a player ejected by his action, one of their very good players.
Yeah.
The way they almost heroed him, and then when they were leaving at the end of the game, he was in the locker room, they're all hugging him and saying, it's not your fault. No, like if you're a proper organization, you should fucking fire that guy.
Yeah, but they're not going to.
No, but what if he does that in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, well, I don't disagree.
But I think the 49ers player getting ejected.
And they got a
But
15-yard foul because
it-
you can't put a 15-yard foul on a security guy.
Yeah.
So
But no, but
only the 49ers got punished.
It
for it.
legit just sparked the 49ers to say
Yeah.
fuck you to the Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this isn't even like an Eagles v 49ers thing. I'm just saying, like, in general, you cannot, like, I want the NFL to come out and suspend him and go, you know what, you're missing the next 5 games.
Yeah, you
mate.
can't touch players.
They
Like, you
they
fucked up. You
suspended the
can
guy that fucking took the
camera.
Tyrex fucking took his phone and did a backflip.
Yeah.
They fucking
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
I think
kicked him
they
out.
really need to set a standard with that because that's bad.
But
I think that was terrible.
if he's 5 yards, 10 yards off the sideline and he touches someone, fair enough.
Yeah.
He's literally walked onto the fucking
Onto the
field,
field,
of
yeah.
play.
and also the
Yeah.
tackle
And
he
fucking
put
pick somebody up.
on Smith,
was
like it wasn't
late.
it was physical.
It was a good
and
hit. It
he
was a
was
good
saying it was him saying, "Hey, fuck you, Smith. You're going to keep trying to run with this ball.
Yeah.
Get fucking dumped on the ground,
Yeah,
little boy. Like I'm
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fucking
'cause- yeah.
big man
Yeah,
here."
yeah, correct. Yeah,
And it was in play and it was fair. Now the Eagles didn't have to like it, but you know what? There's plenty of things in football that your team won't like. Like that's just the
Yeah,
relative.
but that's football.
To
Though.
then
Like, it's
come
not-
out,
it's
so
not
then
ballet,
for
bro.
yeah,
It's
for a
football.
security guy to come out there and go, like, I think that was a great play by Dre Greenlow. It was him saying, you've come out and punched us in the mouth. We're coming back
Yeah,
now. Let's fucking
yeah,
go.
yeah,
Like anyway, it was a really good game until basically the start of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that was kind of marred the game. I know what you're saying, but
Like because
emotions are running high. Like I get it, but,
no, but
like,
it didn't. I
shouldn't
didn't
be touching
feel
the-
like
shouldn't
you
be touching
guys
the players.
lost that badly. Like I felt like it was more of a 30-19 sort of loss. Like the
Yeah.
last 2 touchdowns, kind
Yeah.
of, it was kind of like, okay, well,
the-
everyone who hasn't watched this game is gonna sit back now and go, oh, they got fucking pumped.
yeah.
The Eagles actually didn't. It was pretty close
At one
until
point, we
fourth
were
quarter.
only down one score towards
Yeah.
the end of the third quarter,
And it was
like,
probably more of a credit to the 49ers, the way that they were like, Eagles came back, and then it was like, no, hey,
No,
we're going to run away.
because
again
remember
now.
that because remember that
They
we,
put up-
we scored to
Yeah.
go to
It was,
get
it was
within,
a 6-point game.
yeah, to get within 6 points, and then like on that next drive immediately they drove the field, scored touchdown. That was it.
McCaffrey
Game
just
over.
fucking went off.
Yeah.
yeah. It made it people think, oh, what, it wasn't a good game. It was a fucking
No,
good
it was a
game
good
of
game.
football.
It
It
was
was
a good
two
game.
really good teams. So
Good for them.
very
And
exciting.
I don't think we'll be. We're better for the loss. We're better for the loss.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think you guys were due for a loss.
Yep.
You're not going to finish
We've had a-
16-1.
We've had a really tough stretch. We've had a really hard schedule. Like at the start of the season, remember they said that our schedule is the hardest schedule in the
Yeah,
NFL.
and I kind of wanted you to lose that game, to win that game.
So that you
because
can lose
I,
it
I
against
wanted the
you guys.
Cowboys to be that loss.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
hey, it doesn't work out like that.
Yeah, I understand you need to take that loss. I don't think you want to take that loss week 13. This is what I'm saying.
It's a mental thing now.
It's
And also could
that's-
cost them the number 1 seed. Like if you have to go to the 49ers now, that's a big thing.
Mm.
But I also don't think the 49ers will catch them. The Eagles have got 3 easy wins in the back of their.
Can you bring up the Eagles, the rest of the Eagles
The
schedule? please?
Cowboys, even if the Cowboys win this week, the Cowboys and 49ers schedule's a lot tougher than the Eagles.
Because
You guys have got Seattle, who I don't think right now are a hard team to beat.
no, it's Seattle Giants, Cardinals Giants. They're our next 4 games after the Cowboys game.
So I think that
I think all those 4 games are winnable.
I agree. And I think I'm pretty sure the 49ers play the Ravens.
They play Seahawks, Cardinals, Ravens, Commanders, Rams.
So there's really only one tough game there for the 49ers, the
Yeah.
Ravens.
No, the Rams. The Rams are a good team too.
The Rams
They're
aren't a
fighting-
good
And
They're
division
fighting
game.
for a playoff spot too.
And a division game. I don't think they will be by the time they
The
play.
Rams aren't a good
Maybe
team.
not.
I don't think week 17 the Rams will be playing for a playoff spot.
Maybe not. We'll
Hey, what? Keep the receipt.
Yeah.
You're happy to throw it back.
see. No. We'll see.
The
We'll see. I don't
NFC's
know.
fucking wild. Like the Packers were dead 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I
and
know.
Now they've beaten the Chiefs and they're fucking alive.
Yeah, I know they're gonna be a wild card
Yeah.
team.
Mate, they
crazy.
can still win the division. They play the Lions next week and they beat them last week.
Really?
If they win this week and the Lions lose, and then
What they're gonna be on 9 wins?
aren't they 7-5?
Who? The Seahawks?
The Green Bay Packers
The Green Bay Packers where the fuck are they? They're 6-6.
Right.
6-6. So they're 3 games behind.
Nah,
the
they probably
Lions.
won't.
It'll be
No.
tough. They'd have to win almost every game.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, they said the Lions played the Cowboys. I know that they got some few tough games.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and the Vikings are still fighting. Like the NFC North is full of, other than the Bears, you've got three
teams
teams
that are
that are
fighting for
all
playoff
fighting for
spot. Yep.
playoffs. So the division games aren't just like one team doesn't give a fuck because they've been eliminated.
No, they're all vying.
It's
for
not like
spots.
playing the Commanders or the Giants right now. Like they're all fighting.
Yep.
So like Vikings and the Packers are going to be desperate if nothing else. If not talented, they're going to be desperate.
Guaranteed.
All right, what's next? What do we got?
Blind pick test. This is my one, boys. I've got
Ooh.
something for you. I'm going to put this to you.
You're picking on the fact that I'm blind in one eye. You pick.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
No, I was picking on someone else who's been blind in one eye. Who wears number 5 for a different team.
I don't know who that is. Anyway,
I
play
was
on.
playing after the show.
I don't know.
That was a good subtle reference. So I got 2 wide receivers. One's gets put as arguably a top 5 receiver every year.
Yep.
The other one fights to be in people's top 10s.
Right. Okay.
I just want you to pick who would you of their stats. Who would you pick?
Oh, here we go.
So wide receiver A, 147 games played, 720 receptions, 11,019 yards, 86 TDs.
86. Yeah. Okay.
That's wide receiver A. Wide receiver B, 144 games, 820 receptions, 10,210 yards.
It's 1,000 yards a season on a 10-year career.
Yep. And 90 touchdowns. So receiver A has 1,000 more yards for 100 less receptions.
Yeah.
Which receiver are you guys taking?
Well, one's clearly a deep threat and one's clearly Mike Evans.
Yeah. The second one. The second one's Mike Evans.
B is clearly Mike Evans. And I would saying A is Tyreek Hill.
No.
Who's A? I think one's obviously more of a deep threat and one's more of a red zone guy.
Okay, so Mike Evans is A.
Mike Evans is A.
Mike
With
Evans
11,000 yards.
No, with 10,000 yards.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, sorry. That's it. Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
second
no,
one.
11,000 yards is
Is that Mike Evans?
Is Mike Evans.
Who's the
Or
other one?
700 Devontae Adams.
Wow. Devontae Adams is a fucking superstar. Like it's
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
but if you look at the numbers,
If you
Mike Evans
if you
is
go
better.
by the numbers, no. Mike Evans is better by the numbers.
Yeah.
yeah, I'd agree with
So-
that.
But
He's
why-
been more. Remember, Devontae Adams wasn't as
consistent.
good as Mike Evans
He's
played
had-
10 years in the NFL and
He's
had
had-
1,000-yard season every year. Devontae Adams took 2 or 3 years to get going. He
Yeah, but
wasn't a
he
stud
also
from
had
the
a-
start.
he also had a fucking Hall of Fame quarterback for most of his career.
That's true. Mike Evans had Tom Brady for 2 seasons.
2
and that was
seasons.
it.
And before that, he had Jameis Winston, who
Jameis Winston.
Hey,
yeah.
30 for 30, Jameis.
hey
30 picks,
Jameis
30
Winston
touchdowns.
couldn't see that year. He was legally
No, he could
blind.
he could only see Mike Evans
He
because
was-
he's so fucking big.
Yeah.
He was legally blind that year.
Yeah.
I think if you just told me the players' names, I would take Mike Evans
I
over
get,
Devontae Smith.
Yeah, but
I
this-
get
this
your
is-
point.
this is
Your
what I'm
point's
You
valid.
can't- you
'Cause in
can't
the
look at
media-
stats only.
The media dick rides the shit out of Devontae,
Yep.
and Mike Evans is
He
just
hasn't done it.
he's a good
Do
receiver.
you want to
He's a
know
good
why?
receiver.
And do you want to know why that is?
I agree with you.
Because
Rocky, you're spot on.
Mike Evans is just a quiet operator.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
You know, the only
about
thing
his
Mike
business.
Evans ever got pressed about was that time he fucking railed Lattimore on that sideline because Lattimore took out his guy. Lattimore cheap shot one of his guys. Remember he ran and just sprinted over like 20 yards and
I
fucking
do know the one
Yeah,
you're talking about.
yeah.
and got ejected. That's the only thing that Mike Evans has ever been in the media for being a bad.
In 10 years.
Never complains.
Yeah.
Never sucks. He's not getting the ball enough. He could have 2 catches for 4 yards and a touchdown, and he's like, "Hey,
I'll be honest
help
with
my
you.
team win."
I don't think I've ever heard his voice.
He's
I don't know what
an
he sounds like.
absolute fucking stud, Mike Evans.
Yeah.
And I would take Mike Evans over Devontae Adams. Even if you told me their names, I would take Mike
You
Evans
take Mike Evans
over his
But I
career,
think
100%.
A lot of people would take Adams
Yeah,
over.
I
Mike
know what you're
Evans.
saying.
Adams has had splashier years, like
Yeah.
But
Adams, but he's.
that's what I mean.
But I reckon if you'd thrown Mike Evans into Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers playing at an MVP level,
Fucking
Mike Evans.
1500
And also, Devontae
15,000
Adams has
yards.
he's almost never had another receiver that's competing with him.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
He's had Godwin the whole
Godwin, yeah,
time, who's a
correct. But
really good
that's-
receiver. He
he
had
had-
Gronkowski.
He has less yards, but with more receptions.
Yeah.
But he's a deep threat though.
Yeah, I don't know. Evans a fucking.
Evans
baller,
a
man.
fucking deep threat too.
Some
man.
of the-
He's-
Evan-
Yeah, he's a deep threat, but
Evans is some of the best hands in the NFL.
he's
by far.
Mike Evans he goes across the middle 15 yards deep.
also
and he'll
shout
catch
out to Evans breaking his own record again
He's
this
only
season.
player to have 10 straight seasons over 1,000 yards. He was the only player to have 9 straight seasons.
Yeah,
A few
he's
have
broken
done
his
8.
own record
And considering it's his 10th year,
to start. So 10
every
years is-
done it
year
every
in the
year.
NFL, he's had 1,000-yard season. And fun fact, 8 touchdowns is the minimum he's had in a season. And it was in
Shit.
2014, I think, when he got hurt and missed 5 games.
Yeah,
I
right.
think he's had double-digit touchdowns in almost every year.
Who was he?
That he's
Did he
he's
have
just-
Jameson his first year?
No, he would have been earlier than Jameis Winston.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah,
He would have had like Fitzpatrick would have been his quarterback that year.
He's
Yeah,
30
right.
this year.
Yeah. So
Shout out,
Mike Evans,
Super
baller.
Bowl champ,
baller.
first
He's
year,
he's a baller. He's a proper football player. man.
2014 draft.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds right.
So
Shout out.
It's his 10th season.
I reckon
No,
that could have been
Rocky-
famous Seamus.
Brocky, I like that. I'm with you. I'm with
Yeah,
you.
I agree with you. He doesn't get the hype because he doesn't demand the hype. Like that's
Yep.
what I like about Evans. He doesn't fucking demand. He just goes
Yep.
and plays ball
Just plays ball, man.
and plays it really well.
Yep.
And
Yep.
he's physical. He's tough. He blocks well. Like he's a guy that's he'll play for 4 or 5
You'd
more
love to have him on
years.
your team. You'd
100%.
absolutely
Well,
love
there
it.
was rumors in the offseason that they were trying to trade him, and the Cowboys were doing everything to try and
as they
get him.
fucking should, because
And I was starting to get a bit Georgie
of a-
K
bit of a
about it. I
stiffy.
was saying a bit of a stiffy. I was like, if we fucking roll this big fucker in here next
Yeah,
to
no
CD
shit.
Lamb, we are on.
Oh,
But yeah, I think that was a good little game, bro.
yeah, no, that was
No,
good.
the-
Shout out, Brocky.
Don't look at the stats. Look at the actual player.
What did you
itself.
call it? Pick me.
Blind pick.
Blind
Blind
pick.
pick. Yeah, I said I would have picked Evans off those stats,
You would-
and I would have picked Evans if you told me both their names. I think Evans had a much better career than Devonta. Evans has had
Better-
Devonta Adams had
better highs.
higher highs. Like
Sure.
he's had bigger seasons. There's been seasons where you're like, he's probably the best receiver in the NFL.
yes,
But Mike Evans
he's
is
high
just-
the high, but his lows are
Yeah,
fucking low.
Mike Evans
Yeah.
is just the 5th to 10th best receiver every fucking year.
Every year for his
Every
whole
year,
career.
just consistently.
For 10
Just
years, bro.
Consistently good.
That's
Yeah.
pretty.
But
But
that's
that,
what
to
I mean.
me is to me that's better.
To me, that should be a top 5 receiver then. Not
Well,
if
by
you're.
the-
It would have. If you're
but-
going to give me
but Brock-
1,000 yards,
but Brock, by the numbers, he is a top 5 receiver.
I think
but
you got to.
that's what I mean, though.
And thi-
But
this
right,
it's
is-
just the media that's
But-
not saying that though.
That's what I'm saying. Don't look at the stats.
Man,
look at the
I-
fucking eyes.
Man, I agree with you.
Watch the game,
I
and you'll
agree with
see
you.
he's a better player.
I agree with you.
Let's talk about Scotty's fucking favorite player.
Who's Scotty's favorite player?
Scotty the package, half of the package.
Oh,
Jamal Adams.
what's happened? With
He's
Jamal?
a fucking bum.
I'm going to talk about Jamal Adams.
Go off, son.
So first of all, the best in the nation, is not only is he fucking shithouse, he doesn't shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Like he's a genuine fucking moron out there.
Yep.
And then whatever, on the field's on the field, be a fuckwit. Let Ferguson score the winning touchdown on you and don't look him in the eyes because you're a fucking gutless pussy.
Yeah.
That sort of shit. All the players know he's a fucking bum and you can pick on him anyway, whatever. But then when someone
Jamal Adams, I'm the best in the nation.
he's not. But yeah, when a beat writer tweets out, so obviously Ferguson, the Dallas tight end, caught that winning touchdown
Yep.
on him, where his coverage was fucking atrocious.
Absolutely
He got absolutely torched by him.
He hasn't been able to cover for years, bro.
No.
Anyway, yeah, that's fine.
And the guy reposted the clip on Twitter saying
Which guy?
yikes.
The
The beat
writer,
writer
yeah.
just saying yikes.
Yep.
And then Jamal Adams goes in this dude's Instagram, finds a picture of him and his wife, posts it on Twitter,
No.
and says yikes.
Wow.
I'm telling you, if I'm Pete Carroll, I'm like, Jamal, come here, man.
yeah.
Can
First of
can I have
all-
your phone? Just
First of
fuck
all,
your phone.
fuckwit.
Yeah.
You haven't made a fucking play for us all season.
Yeah. No shit.
You've given up more penalties than you've made plays.
And he's on a fuckload of money
You're
too.
getting paid a fuck ton. We
Yeah.
traded 2 first-round picks for you, and then this is the cherry on fucking top.
Yeah.
You're a fuckwit. You're banned from the phone. Like I would cut him.
Take his fucking
Yeah.
phone.
I
off
would
him.
fucking cut him. I'd put him off and be like, mate,
Cap is too big, bro.
this is like the Seahawks are fucking. They're reeling right now. They
Yeah.
are falling apart.
Yeah, they're sliding. That's for sure.
They played as best as they could against the
They've
Cowboys.
done so
Like
well
they
this year,
couldn't have
too.
played any better. Still couldn't get it done.
yeah.
Cowboys were just too good for him on the day. Made
Yep.
too many more plays for him. When the game was on the line, they couldn't make plays. That's the view of a gutless team and a pretending team. When the game's on the line,
Yeah.
you fall apart. And
Yep.
that's what Seattle did in the last quarter.
Yep.
100%. And Jamal Adams was one of the biggest fucking contributors to that. He can't cover, missed tackles. There was a play where Pollard, he pass rushed. Pollard cut him to the ground.
Yep.
Pollard got up. Jamal Adams got up. And then Prescott threw it to Pollard for a 15-yard gain.
Yeah.
So not only did he get blocked by him, then he gave up the fucking catch because he's meant to be covering him.
He was meant to be covering
Like,
him.
yeah, great second effort. He got up and tried to tackle Prescott. Yeah, because Prescott's letting him like, hey,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, to try and dump it over the
No,
top.
no, nice
yeah.
cut block, man. Now run away.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
it's like he's a fucking pathetic. I would pull him in my office and go, this Twitter thing's the last thing. One, you never go after a man's wife.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's
bad.
my opinion. That is just as a fucking man.
Yeah.
That is
You keep it man to man. Yeah.
that is a man who's got no fucking confidence in himself
Yeah.
and no
Yeah.
restraint to
Yeah.
go after a man's fucking wife. That's pitiful. It's
Yeah.
disrespectful. Like, hey, call him up, tell him he's a fucking ugly cunt, tell him to shut his fucking mouth, tell him you'll punch the fuck out of him.
Yeah, but
Tell him whatever you want, man to
but
man.
James, you're wrong. don't do any of that. Make the play on the field, bro.
Yeah, or play better.
That's
And I
what
don't
you're
even
getting
think
paid
that,
to
I
do.
don't
You're
even
not
think
getting
the
paid to fucking
yikes.
troll people on Twitter.
The guys come out and said that the yikes wasn't even about him getting burnt. The yikes was about like what a play they've just taken the lead. Like
Yeah.
yikes, Cowboys are in the lead.
Even if
It wasn't
about
even
him-
like a cheap shot at Adams.
okay, but even if it was, the guy is a journalist. That's what he's there to do.
100%.
You are a football player. He's getting paid 100 grand a year. You're getting paid 18 million a year. Make the play.
Jamal Adams is a pathetic little
Yeah.
boy, and he showed that. He showed
Yeah.
that with that.
Yeah.
Because to go up, if you've got nothing else to be like, I'm going to take the time to find a picture
The
of this guy's
only
life.
thing that's even worse than that is to say, I'm richer than you. That's the only thing that's worse
But yeah,
than that.
that'll be his next move.
as
Hey,
soon as you
how much
go to
money I
money-
get paid?
As soon as you go to money,
I'm kind of okay with that. Actually, that's not bad.
nah, bullshit.
I hate
That's a bad one. I
As
don't
soon as-
mind that.
It is one of the most poorest things. Is if you're like, if a crowd's talking shit to you and you go, "Hey, I'm fucking rich,
I'm
fuck
rich."
you," the crowd should be like, "Yeah, because of us,
Yeah,
because we
exactly.
fucking watch you, cunt.
Exactly.
Like,
So-
shut your fucking mouth. If we all decided to stop coming, you wouldn't have a job."
If
Did
they
you see? I think it was about a year ago or something. There was a clip. It went viral. It was a couple of fans outside. I'm pretty sure it was outside the NFC title game.
Yeah.
They were there to obviously watch San Francisco,
it was
and
the
Joe-
poster, yeah.
and Joey Bosa was there to watch his brother, and he was out like waiting at the front with
Oh
some people.
yes, yes,
And,
yes.
and the fans were trolling him, going, Bosa, Bosa.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm rich.
Yeah, I do remember, and I remember thinking,
And
what
you
a
just what
fuckwit.
a fuckwit, bro. Like, you look like an absolute tosser. Anyway, Jamal Adams, I'm off him. I was never on him anyway.
If they
Oh,
cut him,
I actually loved him at the Jets.
Jets-
if
Jets
they
was-
cut him pre June 1st, it's a $20 million dead
Yeah, yeah, there you go. That's why they can't cut him.
Am I crazy though? Is that just not a fucking self-conscious little cunt?
Of course it is, bro.
That's like 4-year-olds on the playground being like, or your girlfriend's like, your mum's fat or
Yeah.
something like that. Like that sort of response is like a
Yeah,
fuck. I would
like-
expect my 7-year-old to
Yeah.
say something like that.
yeah, exactly.
Like he's a fucking man. That if I was that guy, I would respond with, do you know what, Jamal? The fact that you had nothing else to
Yeah.
work, nothing else to come back with,
Yeah.
but a picture of my wife
shows how
shows how
pathetic
much
you
of
are,
a
bro.
fucking
Yeah.
loser you
I
are.
agree.
And I
100%
can, or I'd say nothing and wait for them to cut him next year and be like, yikes.
Yikes.
Reply to it with yikes.
It's a long game. I like it.
Play the long
I
game.
like it.
But yeah, no, I have someone who's been a fan of Jamal Adams in the past. I actually really have. I
Yeah.
loved him at the
Yeah,
Jets.
Jets, he was good.
I liked the trade to Seattle. I think he can be an effective player, but I think he needs to shut
No,
the
I
fuck
think
up
I
and
think his
focus
best
on
football
football.
behind him.
Dude, he's only in his 6th year.
Yeah, I think his best football.
27.
I think mentally he's.
Yeah, I think he worries too
I
much
think- and
about
I
what
think-
people think of him than making
I think
plays.
the money's ruined him as well.
if
Yeah.
I think when he was young and hungry, yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
But now that money's ruined him, which happens a lot.
he's an effective footballer if he gets played in the right spots. He's
Oh,
not a- he's
they've
not a
been
fucking
trying to play
safety.
him in the right spots.
He's not
now.
a safety.
They can't. They tried to blitz him on the weekend. Tyrants with the one play picked him up and fucking threw him on his
Yeah,
back.
yeah, he's too small, bro. He's too small.
Like he's not a pass rusher. He's
he's
like a
just-
He's
nickel.
not a safety.
He's like a nickel linebacker that you bring in on set passing downs to
That
play
plays
middle
the flat.
linebacker. But he also,
but he can't cover.
which means you can only play like what 30% of the plays, the
If that.
snaps if you play that.
If that.
So you're going to pay a guy 18 million to play 30% of snaps. So the
Yeah.
Seattle are going, well, we can't fucking make him that.
You
So
wanna-
we'll let him play that, and then we'll play him at safety on base sets.
Yeah,
And then teams they line up in base with Ferguson and then go, Ferguson, you're a much better player than Jamal Adams. Beat him.
beat him.
That's
yeah.
what teams do to him now.
yeah.
They line up tight ends on him and fucking torch him.
Yep.
He's
and,
yeah.
and like a top tier tight end will fucking will run rings around him, bro.
Yeah, I will say in that game though, like first of all, Geno Smith fucking balled out.
Yeah,
If
he
he
had a good
can
game.
play like that for the rest of the season, they'll win a lot more games than
Sure.
they lose
Mm,
Seattle because
sure.
getting the ball to DK Metcalf, that's like he played really well, and that's what I've been kind of waiting for him to do
Yep.
this year. And also, fucking Prescott was there. Like Cowboys won that game single-handedly on Dak.
Yeah, it was
Prescott.
Dak. It was all Dak.
The defense was really bad. Dak Prescott dominated it.
Nah.
And also, don't leave Micah Parsons unblocked on 4th and 2 ever.
Nah.
Don't leave him unblocked
You, would,
ever.
you wouldn't leave him unblocked.
Unbelievable.
Maybe it was a strategy of no
I don't
one blocks
understand.
him.
If we've played offensive line, I don't understand. You play offensive line and you're getting into your stance, and you see Micah Parsons there.
You
and
slide to him.
Someone has to get hands on him, right?
It's unbelievable.
Every play, like you're not just going to let him go. He's the best player on the field.
It was
What are you doing?
unbelievable.
Yeah.
I had to laugh. And it makes you realize. 'Cause I also saw Josh Allen for the Jaguars on Monday. There was a play where he went unblocked.
Yep.
When you leave these top quality DNs unblocked, the quickness they have to get to the fucking quarterback
it's a slaughter.
is
Yeah, bro.
outrageous. It is like lining a guy up with a fucking blindfold on and shooting him.
Yeah, no shit.
Like it is fucking
It's
slaughter.
2 steps and they're there.
Oh, it's unbelievable how fucking fast they are. Unbelievable. What's next? Sorry.
Jay, fuck you, fight me.
Oh,
Okay, I got a good fuck you fight me. I
Is
don't
this
even
yours, or is
yeah,
this from
no,
a
this is
listener?
mine, and then I've got one from a listener.
oh, yes,
This
please.
is my one. I don't even know if you guys. I think it's not even much of a fight. I think you guys are going to agree with me.
Well, here we go.
So, Aaron Rodgers, right? Obviously goes to the Jets. We were all pretty hyped up on him. I thought they were going to be.
I
a
was
good
extremely.
team.
I said he was going to be the MVP.
So I think I did too. I believe. So we're pretty hyped up. He gets injured fourth play or third play into his season. In the
Very
Jets.
unlucky.
That injury, and here's my fuck you fight me.
Yep.
That injury has saved Aaron Rodgers from tarnishing his career.
Oh,
And here's why. Because
you reckon they would have struggled this year?
Wilson,
healthy.
Wilson was dog shit, playing like shit. They went to Boyle, played like shit.
Yep.
They went to Simeon, played like shit. There is a fundamental issue with that Jets team. Firstly, the fact that they want to start Wilson again this week, and he's saying, I don't know if I want to start. Whether that be true or not, that's not the point.
Yep.
The point is that a source on that team, whether that be a coach, a member of a player, or a admin staff or something,
Someone in the building
is
anyway.
getting that information and releasing that to the media.
Yeah.
That's a problem. That
That is a
shows
big
a
problem.
weak loser fucking franchise
Yep.
that shit gets out the building.
Because there's no
right?
solidarity. Yeah.
First of all, that's the biggest problem. Their offensive line, which was the big concern for them, is fucking atrocious.
Yep.
They've had a couple of injuries, and it's even worse than what it was meant to be.
Yep.
Becton and Brown have been out basically the whole year.
Yeah.
The,
Which is
like,
unlucky. Which is unlucky.
yeah, unlucky, but they would have still got hurt. We were like realistically looking at it now. The only evidence we have of those two is that they don't play often.
Yeah. But
Like,
yeah,
we
that-
knew-
yeah, yeah,
we
okay.
should have predicted that was
I
going to happen.
don't
right?
disagree. Yes.
Garrett Wilson is potentially the most overrated wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, I think a lot's said about him, but I don't think he does very much.
He cannot get open. He cannot
Yep.
create separation. He is great physical catch at the point receiver.
Yep.
I agree with that. But
Yeah,
he is
but
not
how many of those a game does he get? Like maybe one?
not enough.
Yeah.
He is overrated, and I think he's come back down to earth this year. Now, I'm not saying he can't be a good player
Overrated
in the
by
future.
whom though? I don't think it's the Jets that
Coming
I
into
think
this
it's the
season,
media.
people were talking about him being an all-pro receiver.
The media was saying that though.
Yeah,
Well, I don't think it was coming from the Jets.
Oh, maybe not. Well, mate, everything was Rodgers to Wilson, Rodgers to Wilson,
Sure.
Rodgers to Wilson.
That was all over.
But the hype train was rolling.
Yeah.
In the preseason though.
Yeah, and the fact that they let Rodgers come in, bring Cobb,
Yeah, that's what I was
Lazard,
going to say. That's the problem.
who's a healthy scratching.
Yep.
Bobby Turner, who's playing right tackle for them right now, who can't block a fucking soul.
Yep.
Came from Green Bay. He brought in these guys. They're paying Lazard $11 million a year to 11 million this season to play
They
3
signed
games.
Cook. I don't know why they signed Cook. He's done.
Cook. So, and then Cook was again a Rodgers guy. Wanted to bring
Yeah.
Cook in. Rodgers getting hurt has saved him from having to take the field what could have possibly been the worst fucking offensive talent he
Yeah.
would have ever had around
Like a
him.
shitstorm of a season.
And
yeah.
I think he might have been able to do it a little bit better, but this is historically one of the worst offenses we'll ever see in the NFL,
Yeah.
the New York Jets.
Yep.
And I don't think Aaron Rodgers has enough at age 39 to have made it a top offense to make it better.
Well, the thing is, he couldn't do it in Green Bay the year before,
Exactly.
and they're probably better.
They were probably more talented.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my fuck you fight me is, and people are happy to come at me. I think Aaron Rodgers saved himself from his injury, saved him from embarrassing himself.
so
this
from
year.
damaging his legacy.
Yep. I really do believe it, and I don't think he'll come back next year because I don't
You
think
think he'll ride off in the sunset?
I think he will be like he'll sit back and go, if I come back, I'm 40, I'm coming off a torn Achilles.
It's a lot.
This
Yeah,
team,
it is a lot.
or
It is a lot.
he'll start saying, I want this guy. I want Devontae Adams. I want you to go trade for Devontae Adams right now. I want you to bring him here. I want you to get me a tackle. I want you. He will not come back unless the Jets make massive. Oh, and the other person, the biggest one, Nathaniel fucking
Yeah,
Hackett.
the Hackett. Yeah.
And I'm interested to see, was Aaron Rodgers going to be like, all right, fire Hackett. He's actually fucking shit.
Yeah.
Is he going to have the balls to
but
fire his
but
mate?
that's his boy, though.
Exactly. Because I think he's sitting back there now
He's the
going,
only- he's the only reason
thank
he's got a
fuck,
job.
I'm not Zach Wilson.
He's the only reason he's got a job.
I agree.
because of
In the NFL, it's the only reason he's got a job.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson was ranked 74th on the NFL top 100 players.
There you go.
Going into the season.
Top
Yeah, right.
100 player in the NFL. Garrett Wilson isn't a top 300 player in the NFL right now.
Mm.
Last year he had 83 receptions, 1,103 receiving yards,
And one offensive rookie of the year.
4 touchdowns, offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Very good rookie season.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But he's just overrated. He's been
Yeah.
dreadful this year.
Mm.
So, and he had the same quarterback throwing to him last year.
He's not better than Mike Andrews.
Why is he trying so hard to get back so quick then if he's gonna retire, you think?
He's not playing this season.
It's all just
Did you hear him, Pat McAfee, this week?
nah.
Look, if the Jets are in playoff contention and things go our way, then I could push to come back. But we're just going to see how the season plays out.
Right.
The Jets aren't in playoff contention.
No,
they're
they're not.
basically fucking
They're gone.
eliminated.
No.
They're behind the Chargers now. They're
Yeah.
fucked.
What's the Jets' record?
4-7.
Yeah, they won 4 games. Fuck, that's pretty good.
One over the one of
Yeah.
2 teams to beat the that'll be if the Eagles go on to not lose another game and win the Super
4 games.
Bowl, there will be what 2 teams beat the New York
No, 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 no.
Philadelphia Eagles
No,
in
no.
their playoff?
What 2 teams had a victory formation? No, what 2 quarterbacks had a victory formation against the Eagles?
It'll be Brock Purdy and
No.
fucking
Zach Wilson.
No,
what quarterback was it?
Sam Darnold took it.
He did.
Yeah.
He took the victory.
Beat
Yeah.
down. He came
Yeah.
out and flopped his fucking pecker on the table and went, "Hey, fuck you, Philly. You should have signed me." How's Marcus Mariota over there? Yeah. fuck
Hey,
you.
he was looking pretty good. He might
Oh,
be. He might
I've
be
heard-
the answer in
Actually,
Philly.
you're gonna fucking love this. David Carr said today, Derek Carr's brother,
Yeah, I know
said
David
that
Carr, yeah.
they should bench Jalen Hurts right now because he's clearly injured and there's something wrong with him, and they've got a better chance of winning with Mariota. He said that. He said that. I'll send it to you later.
Was he trolling or
No, he was 100%. It was on Good Morning Football, and the other 3
Jalen
people.
at the start before week 13 games, Jalen Hurts was the MVP.
He's
leader.
still the favorite. He's still the
Nah, but
favorite.
Purdy's a favorite.
Has
as of
Purdy
today.
taken over now?
Yeah, he's
But
taken
like,
over, yeah.
one loss, and we're just. I'm like, hey, I'm a bit of a turncoat, but fucking one loss, and we're just like,
Dude.
start Marcus Mariota.
We're 10-2, and we're going to start Marcus Mariota.
Marcus
We got-
Come
Mariota.
on, bro.
I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, fuck.
We're going
no.
to start the guy that was on quarterbacks for 10 episodes, and he was only on 7 of them because
Yeah,
knocked out.
they've run out of shit to talk about
no,
with
yeah.
him.
He got benched. So it's like, oh, we shouldn't follow around a backup quarterback on
Yeah.
quarterbacks anymore.
Hey, what's Kirk doing there? Where's Kirk praying? Kirk, what are you doing?
So what's
You
the
should have got Baker. Kirkus.
what's the fuck you fight me from the listener?
Oh, okay. I'll play it. Hold on a second.
Regular MVP is Brock Purdy at 4, Dak at 4, Jalen at 450.
Yeah.
Patty Mahomes 7, Lamar Jackson 950.
No, not Patty Mahomes. That was a good
Patty-
win by the Green Bay. I'm so happy the Chiefs
Patty
lost. Fuck the
Mahomes
Chiefs.
7, Lamar 950, 2 and 950, Tyreek 14.
All right. Very good. So this is from, I'm not sure if you guys have listened for a while. This is from our good man, Jer Sayers. Big Jer, all the way over in Ireland.
Oh wow.
He's a fucking legend. Again, listen back since the
SEN days.
Since the SEN days. One of our biggest fans. Old Garraway's listening right now going, fucking Jer, we love that dude.
Get around Joe, I say.
Absolutely. He bought a t-shirt. We mailed him a t-shirt over to
shit.
Garraway's not listening right now. Let's
Hey,
be real.
Garraway's an
Hey,
avid non-listener. Listener.
If we're ever in Ireland, can we look him up?
100%, mate.
Oh.
He's even been on the show before. I think he came on the show once as
Oh,
well.
all right. In the off season, we're getting Jer on.
Jer on in the off-season.
Jer, if
Done.
you're listening, in the off season, you
I think
on.
I had to get up like 4 a.m. one morning to do something with
I'll
him.
be here at 4:30 in the morning
I'll do it.
for Jer.
Hey, the beauty of it is we could just do
Virtual.
it online
Yeah.
at our own homes at 4:30 in the morning. Trust me, it's tough.
Technology's
All right,
beautiful.
I'll play. So he sent a fuck you fight me. He's a Baltimore Ravens fan, so he wanted to send this
I
to
love
Brocky.
you, Joe, already.
All right,
Shout out
so
to
I love you, Joe.
Brocky's birthday. Here we
Oh,
go.
fuck
Hello, Vault Studios. Jared from Dublin, Ireland here. Wanted to join in on Fuck You, Fight Me. And while I'd like all your input on this one, I feel this is going to be a speciality for Brock. As a Ravens fan myself, the bye week happening this weekend, had a bit of time to think about the season so far, compared to the seasons gone by. So my Fuck You, Fight Me is this. If the Ravens are going to go on and win the Super Bowl this year, it's solely going to be down to talented players, nothing to do with the coaching. As you've seen a few times now, Baltimore is not exactly a next man up type of team. Coaching system always seems to struggle when the plan is changed due to injury. The Ravens have always had their best seasons with players at the top of their game in very specific roles. Wrecking ball running backs such as Suggs, Lewis, Smith, Quinn, a ball hawk in the back such as Ed Reed, and now hopefully Marlon Humphreys will take that crown. Someone who can catch a ball on offense, Bolden, Smith, hopefully OBJ and Aguilar can do a job until Andrews comes back, and someone who can get a few yards on the ground. Ray Rice being a great example, and the best running back ever to win MVP, Lamar Jackson. The show as always. All the best.
I fucking love
fucking
this
love
guy.
He knows his
Good.
Ravens.
How good is an Irish accent?
Shout out to Jer.
Fantastic.
Fucking hell. Like English
Hey.
people sound like they're chewing on gravel. Irish sound like they're spitting it out into fucking statues. Beautiful
Hey,
humans.
we're flying to Ireland. We're gonna go drinking with Jer. I just want to drink and fight people.
I reckon you'd be able to put a couple of fucking beers down. Just quietly.
yeah, just
I reckon
an
throw-
Irishman that can drink.
I reckon, I reckon
You're
20
crazy.
minutes in, I'll be like, Fuck you. Another one already?
Couple Guinnesses.
Anyway,
Absolutely.
what did you think of his? I think you made a fair
He
point.
made a great fucking point.
Harbaug's not a great offensive mind. He's not wrong.
No,
Oh, no,
Ravens,
let me-
Ravens are designed.
Jay, let me take this.
All
Let me
right, you
take
got
this.
a big boy. Let's go. Sorry, little boy, short, normal,
Medium
normal
size.
boy.
Medium size.
medium
boy.
size. I like that.
Billy's
I
little
think
boy.
in the room, I'm the medium one.
Billy's little boy.
Billy's little boy.
So if you look at the Ravens, last time we were 9-3, we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just the fact of it.
Oh,
And,
okay.
if you think what he just said, Ray Rice, Ray Lewis, Suggs, we had the best defense that year, and it was
Mhm.
strictly players based.
Yep.
When we had a bad little skid there that year, and just struggled to get into playoffs. But it's exactly right. When we have our players on, we're a good fucking team.
Yeah, I agree.
Harbaugh is the same as Sirianni, just not in your face.
Yep.
He doesn't call offense.
100%.
He doesn't call defense. He literally stands with his players and he actually motivates his team.
Yep.
Yep.
We're the same. Eagles and Ravens are the same people. 100%. When we don't have our players go down, we're a good fucking team. But when we get injured,
The
it's a tough situation.
the only caveat of everything you've said, I agree with. The only caveat that I'm going to put
Yep.
is that Lamar is still yet to do it in the playoffs. He's got to do it in the playoffs.
That's true.
Okay, so what happened when we kicked the shit out of Tennessee 2 years ago?
When was that?
2 years ago, we kicked the shit out of Tennessee. In
Dude.
Tennessee.
Dude. We're talking about fucking Tennessee. You got to win. You got to win
Okay.
the AFC Championship game, dude. You want to be a legit guy. You got to win an AFC Championship game.
Okay, and name all the AFC championships in the past 5 years.
Most of them in the past 20 years have been won by Brady, Peyton Manning, or Ben Roethlisberger,
Yeah,
Exactly.
correct.
or Joe Flacco.
Or Joe Flacco.
He played on the weekend. Did you guys see that?
Threw a
Absolutely.
touchdown. Threw 3 touchdowns,
I
actually.
couldn't believe it. I'll check the box score.
Broadway Joe.
But also, you
He got
don't
a ring.
doing it in playoffs. Okay. Jalen Hurts,
I'm not hating.
Jalen Hurts has done it one time in playoffs.
I'm not
I
hating.
actually think the whole playoff
I'm not
debate-
hating.
Playoffs debate's the
I-
worst fucking debate in the world.
I
Because hang
think
on,
it
is
yeah.
Justin
No,
Herbert a good
no.
quarterback?
Yes.
No, it isn't.
Okay, he hasn't done any playoffs.
It's not. It's not. It's
No, I
not
think
because
it's
the
the wo-
playoffs
it's-
is when
no.
you fucking win.
Because Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl, right? Because his team was never good enough. Simple as that. You know, there's so many, like Peyton Manning, he won one where he
When he
carried
was
his
good,
team.
yeah,
And then he
the
won
defense
one when he
carried
was
it. Yeah.
basically he was basically his last season. He was
Yeah,
done.
but he also threw like 50 touchdowns that year, didn't he?
Yeah, they
second
won
one?
it.
Yeah, the second one.
No.
No, when he threw 50 touchdowns when Seattle fucking pants.
Oh,
Denver
that's
in the
right.
Super
Yeah, that was
Bowl.
the muff snap on the
Yeah,
first play. That's right. Yeah.
number one offense versus number one defense.
Yeah.
So I think the playoff thing is
It's not a
the
not a
playoff
debate.
becomes such more a team game than a quarterback game. Like Patrick Mahomes didn't win the Chiefs the Super Bowl last year. He had a lot of players make a lot of fucking plays.
Yeah, he
for him.
did. He
And
did.
I think
and the refs helped him a bit too.
The refs helped out a little bit, yeah, with a great call at the end that was warranted.
Going back to Jersey.
Tom Brady wouldn't have won a Super Bowl with the Bucks if they didn't call the PI call on that. Remember when they played Green Bay in the NFC Championship game and Rodgers was cooking, and then they had to get a first down to end the game, and they called the PI penalty on the Packers defense,
Oh, vaguely.
and
yes.
it was callable, but it was touch and go. They could have easily not called it. Rodgers could have drove the field, which he would have, because they were fucking dominating by that point and won the game, and he could be in the Super Bowl, and
Yeah.
Brady never would have got.
Yeah.
Like, it becomes so much more team orientated when you make playoffs. So I think marking a guy on and quarterbacks are always going to cop this,
There's 22 people that start in a fucking playoff game. It's not
and
five.
probably 40 people to contribute.
Yeah, it's not a 5 game.
Maybe
ma-
less.
It's not
Yeah,
a 5-man game like the fucking basketball,
Yeah.
where one player scores 3/4 of the points.
Like
it's a
two-
full fucking game.
Two
Bro,
tiny
I'm-
mistakes
bro,
can cost you.
I'm not. I think you think I'm bagging Lamar.
But
I'm
you
not,
are.
I'm not.
Don't
I'm not,
backtrack, Georgie.
No,
you are.
I'm not bagging him. I want him to do well in the playoffs. That's what I'm
But
saying.
you keep saying you're knocking him every time he's never done it in the playoffs.
No,
No, he's normally his knock is that he's a running back.
no.
Yeah, he's hang on.
Hey, even Jer said it himself.
Lamar Jackson must be in his dreams because he wakes up and comments on ESPN fucking stats saying he's a running back though. Not mentioned.
Dude,
Not
it was-
even
no,
mentioned
'cause
in
it-
Are
anyone.
you a Lamar hater?
No, I'm not a Lamar hater at all.
Oh, you're a Lamater.
You're the mater.
You're a Lamar Lamater.
What I'm saying is, I want him to do well. Man, I think the Ravens have got a real shot to win the AFC.
I think the Ravens will win the AFC.
I
Personally.
think they've got a real shot to win the AFC.
I think they will. Can I say one thing on
I
the
want
thing
it
of
to
the
do well.
of the when players get injured it's been hard for the Ravens. Do you want to know why it's hard for the Ravens when players get injured, right? And there's a lot of teams like it. Depth on good teams. So if you've been
It's
a
so
good
hard,
team
yes.
for a long time,
Yes.
depth becomes really hard. And the Eagles have started having it this year
Yes,
because
correct.
last
we've got no
season
depth.
a bunch of players had to leave.
Yes.
Marcus Epps, the linebacker. We've talked about it
Yep.
before.
Yep.
Plenty of guys left. Quez Watkins,
Yep.
like depth players left, right? So Zach Ertz, another one. You
Yep.
know, so these depth players leave your team because teams that are shit are like, well, you don't have to be a depth player for us. You, can be a starter,
yeah.
and we're going to pay
And
you
we'll
as a
pay you
starter.
a bit more. Yeah, exactly.
So teams that are good and a good playoff teams
and
for
also,
a
a
long
lot of their cap goes to their fucking quarterback as well.
Steelers are the same. Steelers have massive depth issues
Yeah.
because they can't afford because all their players leave because they want to go and be starters elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like there are plenty of teams like the Patriots had it for fucking years. That's why they were picking up Kyle Van Noy from the scrap pile of the
Yeah,
Detroit
yeah,
Lions
yeah,
and
yeah,
making them all pros. Like
Yeah.
that was Bill Belichick's beauty is that he'd take guys that were fucking nothing. Jamie Collins would leave in free agency, go and join the rapists in Detroit, have a terrible season, then he'd be like, all right, come back, and he'd be a fucking Pro Bowler again.
Yeah.
Like that was the beauty of what Bill Belichick was able to do. So, teams that are really good teams, depth becomes an issue over time because your depth players go and become starters
yeah.
on other teams.
And you got to contribute so much of your cap to your stars that you don't
Mate,
have
the
room.
Cowboys
to sign
traded
guys.
Amari Cooper because they were literally like, we got to start paying dudes in a
Yeah,
couple of years. Like,
yeah.
we got to pay Parsons in 2 years.
Yep.
We got to play Zach Martin again.
Yep.
We got to pay Trey. We got to play Trey Smith again.
CD Lamb's
Tyler
gonna be up
Biadasz,
soon.
CD Lamb's gonna be up. They're like, we got to let him go now because otherwise we're gonna have to re-sign him next year, and he's gonna want fuck tons of money. He's
Yeah.
gonna want 25 million a year.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
we're going to have to decide to do it or let him walk for nothing. So let's get something for him now and back that CD Lamb's going to become a star.
We had to
Yeah.
trade Orlando Brown out because we couldn't afford to fucking
Yeah,
pay.
100%.
Yep.
100%. That's what I mean. Teams are left with these tough decisions because they
Winning
don't have it,
teams
and their
don't
depth
have
becomes
depth.
drafted players.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's
Look
the
at the
reason.
Chiefs. Chiefs are in the same boat.
And the Chiefs, the only reason their defense is so fucking good is because they have
They're all-
drafted
they're-
so well.
They're all rookies or second year
Yeah,
players.
and
mate.
they've drafted so well on the defensive side
Yep.
and the offensive line. They've drafted well on the offensive line and the defensive side of the
Yep.
ball. It's why their team stays so good.
Well, which is what they
receivers
should be
not so
doing when you got your franchise quarterback. That's what you should be doing.
That's what you have to do.
I just want to put a hypothetical out here.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus. Oh, hypothetical.
And this
Friday.
hypothetical is a real situation.
it's a real thing. So it's
Three-
not really hypothetical then.
3 games spanned. Score was 38-7. The quarterback went 16-24 for 154 yards. Second game, 31-7. The quarterback went 15 from 25 for 121 yards. No touchdowns.
Are
Second
you
game.
running through Jalen Hurts' stats?
Yes.
We know Jalen. Look,
Because
I'm going to end this for both of you. Both your quarterbacks are fucking running backs.
No.
Prescott's the GOAT.
Is this
Get fucked.
Is
Peace
this-
out, hombres.
is this doing it in playoffs?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was out. Did he tush? He did a tush push or something.
He
in
did a
the
couple
game?
tush pushes in there.
No, push me.
When
go.
your defense holds a team fucking scoreless,
Did you see?
for
Did you
7
see?
points.
Did you see his performance in the Super Bowl?
The Super
last
Bowl,
year?
he was pretty fucking.
Okay, yeah,
special.
Super Bowl.
Did
He
you-
had one good game. They lost.
One good.
I would have
game.
said one good half. His first half wasn't that great. So-
He lost.
No, the refs stole it from him.
The
George.
ref stole
I'm
it,
on
bro.
your side.
He
The
lost.
ref stole it, bro.
So
Come
did he
on.
do it in playoffs?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
But he lost.
in the Super Bowl.
But he lost.
But he
lost.
played well.
Yeah,
But
but
he
he got
lost.
hey,
If they'd won,
Brock, but he got there,
But
bro.
this is the thing. Okay, he got there.
But he got
I
there, bro.
think- I
they're
think-
not winning.
Lamar was sitting on his couch, sucking with his mum, trying to get his fucking contract, mate.
yeah,
Where
well,
you going?
Lamar
What
didn't
did
even
they
make the
not win?
playoffs
What are
last
you
year
talking
because
about,
old
bro?
fucking old Huntley couldn't drag him over the line. Pro Bowl Brett Huntley.
Pro
I
Bowl
don't know,
Huntley.
I don't know why
Tyler.
you're fucking hating, bro. Don't be
Tyler.
salty.
No, I'm not hating. This is
Don't
what,
be
this is what
salty
I'm saying.
because your quarterback's a running back, bro.
They're both running backs. Prescott is the GOAT. Can we all
George,
Hey,
George,
Prescott's
give me
having
your
a,
heads? I'm stickering both of you. You're
George.
both getting the overrated.
George, you can hate on Lamar all you want.
I'm not hating on
no,
him.
no, yes you are. But give me another argument that is not a running back.
I'm not hating on
Well-
him. I'm not, bro. I said he's a.
I'm hating on him a little bit.
He
I
sounds like
hate
he's
him.
sounds like he's hating.
I-
I hate him because he's skinny, and I
I-
know he's got a big
I
cock.
said.
I hate him.
I said that by the numbers, he's overrated. That I wasn't hating on him. A couple of weeks back. that's
How
what
do
I
you
said.
rate him now? Like, is he top 10 QB in your eyes in the league?
I think he sneaks in. It sneaks into the top 10.
So do you reckon he's top 10?
Yeah, he sneaks into the top 10.
Do you think there's 8 guys better than him?
Yeah, yeah.
Name him. Name him.
I don't reckon he's that far off.
Name him.
Personally,
8 quarterbacks better than Lamar Jackson.
Mahomes,
Yep.
Burrow,
Yep.
Hurts.
We're talking healthy.
Yeah, yeah.
Healthy.
Everyone healthy. Hurts,
Yep. Allen.
Herbert.
Allen.
Yep. Allen. Herbert.
Yeah.
Prescott.
Prescott. He's having a great year. He's having a great
I
year.
reckon only this season Prescott's better, but okay.
Yeah, but we're
Prescott.
talking about, yeah, he's having a great year.
Russell Love Muscle.
Nah, not Russ.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff's having he's had a really good 2 years.
Do you,
Okay, but
would
is-
you would
is
take
Lamar-
Jared Goff over Lamar
Does
Jackson?
Lamar
because-
Jackson have a
because
good year
that's-
this year?
Yes, because that's the style of football that I would want to play.
You're a racist. It's
That-
all coming out. He's a
He's very
racist. We
racist.
worked it out. I'm kidding.
My starting quarterback's black, dude. What are you talking about?
That sounds a lot like I have a
Jalen
black
Hurts-
friend.
Jalen Hurts
Oh
is
my
black?
god!
That sounded like I got a black friend. Don't
Hey,
worry.
Hey guys, I love gay people. My best friend's gay. That's what it sounds like.
A lot like that.
All I said was that he's overrated. That's
By
it.
the numbers, he's overrated. I like for the
You can't
record.
look at the numbers.
Do you know what I've become? I like all quarterbacks. I even like Russell Wilson a little bit. Call me. You know what? I
Nah.
kind of like Zach Wilson.
He's unlimited.
He's unlimited.
Unlimited.
Although I did
He's
thoroughly
dangerous.
enjoy the Texans beating.
Yeah,
them
that
on
was
the weekend.
good.
And great to see Derek Stingley, 2 interceptions, played fucking outstandingly. He was a 3rd pick in the draft a couple of years ago.
Going back to Jer's comment,
Yeah.
what he said is right.
Yeah.
If on-
Depth is hard for good teams.
But
depth
it's
is
a-
hard for good teams, and if you get 2 or 3 key injuries, you're fucked.
Yes. And if you look at the Ravens the past 3 years,
There are
we've
bad
had-
injuries.
we've had 5-6 injuries.
Yeah, correct.
every
Including,
year.
including your quarterback, missing good portions of the season.
Not even that. Our defense, half our defense didn't play last year.
Humphreys last year. Stanley got hurt late
Mhm.
last year. Brandon Pierce, the D tackle's always hurt. Did Queen get hurt last year?
I
I remember
he-
you
he
had no corners at one point. That's it. If you're a contending team, right, and a couple of injuries hit you,
Yeah, man.
you're in trouble.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
You
Because you
are.
got no depth.
Unless there's some rookie. Like the Cowboys would be fucked this year if Bland hadn't
Yeah,
stepped up.
bob up and fucking get all these picks.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
Bland was good down the stretch
Yeah,
last year.
'cause he got
Had
lost
a
picks,
few
yeah.
turnovers, but
Yeah.
when Diggs got hurt, I'm like, oh, we're fucked. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, Bland's out there with 8 interceptions for the
Yeah.
season, and
He's-
6 of them
he's-
for
he-
touchdowns.
He's going to be a Pro Bowl corner.
Like, he's going to be if he can get a couple more picks, he might be a chance for defensive player of the year,
no
like
shit, no
out
shit.
of fucking nowhere. Like, that's what I mean. Like, depth is hard, and sometimes you get bailed out by it. Sometimes a guy pops up, and you're like, all right, this dude's he's been sitting behind him good.
He's good.
Because
yeah.
normally it takes the next team that goes and steals him from you to
Yeah,
find out that he
correct.
was that
they,
good.
They do a Bill Belichick and
Yeah.
find him. Yeah,
I call it the Michael Turner rule. Michael Turner sat behind LaDainian Tomlinson
Yep.
for 5 years as a running back, went to the Falcons and had like 5,000 yard seasons in a row.
yeah.
And everyone was like, oh, fucking Michael Turner's
shit, he's
fucking
actually-
good, man.
Fair play though. LT's LT.
That's what I mean. Like, it's no one's fault. It's just the reality of the game. And then
Yeah.
someone picks him up and it's like Pollard with Zeke last
Yeah.
year. You know, like,
Yeah,
turns out probably should have kept Zeke because Pollard can't do it all on his own. But
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of ways you.
Sure, I don't know why Zeke didn't come back. I should have just kept him.
He's been atrocious. And
He's been
just quietly, the Patriots have lost
but
4 games in
Put
a
him in on
row.
passing downs, bro. Let him block.
Patriots have
Good
lost 4 games in a row this year.
with
This-
only allowing a single,
only allowing
one score. Yeah,
the most they've
Less than
allowed
10
is
points.
10 points.
Yeah.
They lost
It's-
6-0.
They've all
to
been
the
under
Chargers.
10.
So you tell me,
Versus
like,
the
there's no way Bill Belichick's getting fired.
It's the
If
first-
he is the
first
D,
time since
he's the D
1938.
guy. He's their D coordinator.
Where are they drafting now?
Who?
So surely they're drafting a quarterback.
Someone said the other day that Bill Belichick is playing the greatest game of all time on everyone. He has made his offense so fucking atrocious that his defense can still dominate. So everyone thinks he's a good fucking coach still, so he doesn't get fired.
Yeah.
But he can get a top pick and get a quarterback and then be good.
yeah,
And him get none of the blame.
yeah.
It's fucking. It's
He's a
pretty.
wily old fox.
I don't know
that's
if
for
he's
sure.
doing it, but he's. Hey, if any coxman could do it, it'd be our boy Bill.
Well, now our boy Billy
He's a coxman on a Saturday night, he's
Slinging
a
dick.
coxman on the field.
slinging dick all weekend. That's all he does.
I love that boy.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to. Oh, we got a Billy. Billy.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we got Billy.
we got
Great.
Bill Boy.
Let's finish up on Billy.
Oompa, oompa, dippa-dee-doo.
Stop, bro. Leave him alone, man.
Nah, I guarantee he's going to attack my hairline.
So I shouldn't play the second one.
Dude,
Nah,
ju-
play
hey,
it. Let's go.
just do what I do and just fucking shave it all off, bro. You'll feel much better.
Can't do it, George.
Here we go, boys.
Bill
Back
boy.
again with another Would You Rather. Straight off the Dome Tech. Would you rather be given 25K right now or
I know.
10 chances
Oh.
to beat Tyreek Hill in a 100-yard dash with a 5-second head start for 100 million? What are you taking? Let us know. JA will also have an advantage in this as you'll be quicker because he's more streamlined with his thin, bald head.
I can't believe there's an actual bald man on this show.
My head's not thin, it's fat. It's a fat
Sure.
bald head.
You got a pin it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I've got
You-
a giant
you look
melon
like-
head, bro.
You look like the
Listen,
guy from
when
Men
you
in
look
Black.
at
My head is like my cock. Thin,
Okay. When you
thin
look
and
at
pin like.
when you look at my head, you don't immediately think aerodynamic. That's for sure.
That's true. I am aerodynamic. That's actually a really good would you rather.
All right, so let me just play this out.
25.
So
how quickly does Tyreek? He would
Okay,
run 100
so
meters in
Tyreek-
11 seconds.
Tyreek Hill is basically a world-class sprinter.
Yep.
So he could it'd be
10 and a half seconds.
10 to 10 and a half seconds.
So you
So that-
basically got to run.
You've got to run.
Hold up. I've got it here.
You got to run 50 meters in 5 seconds
Yeah, you ain't doing that. No
to
way.
beat him. To
No.
beat him technically.
No. No.
I don't think I can run
No.
50 meters in 10 seconds.
No, in 5 seconds.
In 5 seconds.
Because he's running 50
From
in 5
takeoff.
seconds.
Like you got to think, my takeoff's going to be my worst part. Like I'm going to be slow to get to it. My top speed's not good. Don't get me wrong, but I'm even worse at getting to my top
Sure.
speed.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've got his 100 meters here.
You running in the off season. You went
No,
to that.
I've only got his 2012.
Yeah. What is it?
He ran a 10.19
Yeah, so that's
Hey.
world class. That's world class, bro.
with a plus 1.7 wins. So like he had a win.
But basically,
that's plus
basically-
that means that wind's blowing into him.
Mate,
we're going to have to run 50
It's
meters.
minus is when it's going behind
Sure?
you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, bro.
So just to tie him, we have to run the first 50 meters in
In 5 seconds.
5.8 seconds.
Yeah, correct.
See,
That ain't
that-
5.1.
hang on.
Yeah,
So we have a 5 second head start, or
Yeah,
5
seconds.
second head
5
start.
seconds.
but we've got to run 100 still.
Yes.
No chance.
No chance, bro.
Because I'm not going to lie, my second 50 is going to be much slower than my first 50.
It's all going to be slow for me.
Like, I want to training tomorrow night. Can you time me running 50
You want to run
meters?
100?
I'll
Not
run
50.
100, but I want to know how quickly I can get.
Do you want to
50
do it
meters.
just a 40 yard?
I can run 100. Is 100 the whole field?
no.
80, about 80 yards?
Oh, fuck, I don't know that shit.
I think it's maybe 60
I'll look this up.
yards to meters.
That's actually one of his best ones, though. This,
Yeah,
this,
that's
this
good.
is his best one because this is like
You actually got to think about it.
and you can measure this.
Yeah,
If you can
it's
basically
measurable,
run
correct.
50 meters in 5 seconds, you can technically beat it.
Yeah, but if you can run 50 meters in 5 seconds, you're a world class sprinter, dude.
No, because
40
the,
yards is
the
36.
hardest part is running. Actually, yeah, if you'd have to run 50 meters in like 4 seconds because your second 50 is going to be slower than your first 50.
No,
surely.
normally the second 50 is faster
Because
because
there's no
you built up
takeoff.
speed.
It's a whole field.
It's the whole field.
It's a whole field. It's 100 meters at 109 yards.
Right.
He runs the whole field in 10 seconds.
That checks out.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's fast, dude.
So fucking
Yeah.
fast.
No way. Give me the 25.
No, I'll try 25.
Okay, easy.
I'm not. No, I don't think I can.
I don't know what
He
you are
would-
doing this.
I'll shake hands.
I
and
think
say,
he
"See you
could
later."
take the piss and mow me down.
I reckon he could beat me running backwards.
Yeah, he could backpedal. Like, he could sprint up next to me, jog with me for a few minutes,
Yeah.
and then just be like, all right, see
Yeah.
you, bud, and off he goes.
You remember? This is a really obscure Marvel reference in Captain America, where he's like where he's running laps and he keeps like lapping,
Yeah,
keeps lapping
Under
the black guy.
Yeah.
he's like on your left. That's what it would be.
Do you reckon if you, I don't reckon if you gave me a 10-second, if you gave me a 10-second head start, I
No.
think you'd still beat me.
No, he would. He would.
You can't run 100 meters in 20 seconds.
No way. No way, bro.
Yeah.
20 seconds a long way.
Yes.
It's 20 potatoes. No way.
I'm trying to think. Like, I'm not like, so for example,
potatoes?
Fountain scored what a 60-yard touchdown on the weekend.
Yeah.
I reckon I ran down there in like 6 or 7 seconds.
So I reckon you could do
Bruv.
it. You can run 100 meters in under 20 seconds.
Do you reckon I could run under 15 seconds?
No.
Bruv, tomorrow night
That's
at training, time
I
yourself,
would
time yourself
just
to
do
50
it when I get there
meters.
tomorrow night. I'll just run
Do
100
50
meters.
meters. Do 50 meters.
No, I'll run 100. I'll run the full field. Just
You
see
run
how
the full
quickly I do
field.
it.
That'll basically be fence to fence because it's only not 90-yard field.
Yeah, I'm actually interested to know.
Fence to fence will
It
be
would
about
be,
100
it would be
meters.
fence to fence, yes.
Yeah, to be back a goalpost to back a goalpost.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm interested to see how quick. I know it's not going to be fast, but I'm interested. Let's record it. We'll put it up on the vault.
I'm telling you now.
You're
It's,
doing
I'm
it-
interested to see what I want to know by tomorrow night. What sort of head start I would need
You're going under 20
for a
seconds.
chance to beat Tyreek Hill?
under Billy's regulations, you'd have to run it in under 15 seconds
No, not going to happen.
because he's giving you a 5-second head start, and you know Tyreek's running it in 10 seconds.
So I'd
So you
have
gotta
to
run it
run
in
it in
15.
under. I'd have to run it in 15 just to have a chance.
Yeah, just to have a chance.
That
And
was 2012 Tyreek Hill as well.
yeah, but he's still just
10
as
years
fast.
ago. No, but that's fine.
No, he ran one in the off season because he rolled up to that.
That was-
He
like,
rolled
that
up
was-
to that
that was-
second
pro
man,
thing and they were all
and
like-
beat everybody.
That was-
fuck's sake.
That was 60 yards indoors.
Oh, 60 yards.
That was-
Either way,
even still, he
I
smoked
think we can all
everybody.
agree we're taking the 25.
I'm taking a 25.
I'll be like 20. Thank you very much,
Shake
Tyreek.
hands.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Can you run one just so I can see if
Yeah.
I can beat you?
I'm not paying tax on this either.
No, cash.
Bro,
Tyreek only pays with cash.
taking it straight to the casino, mate.
Tyreek only pays with cash and fists. That's
Yeah.
the only way Tyreek
Yeah.
Hill
He
pays.
does like
All
to.
right.
Oh, can we before we finish up some Tyreek Hill because we're on it? I saw a thing today that said Tyreek Hill is gonna be the first receiver ever to rush for 2,000 yards, to receive 2,000 yards and 15 touchdowns, and lose MVP to Brock Purdy, who dumps it off to fast guys.
That's
And who-
fair. Don't
If,
play
if
with Tebow.
Tyreek Hill this season gets 2,000 yards and 16, 17 touchdowns,
Do you think
should he be the? I think he should be the MVP.
Yeah.
Nah, he definitely should be
and,
offensive player
and
of the
if,
year.
and if I think he will be, but I think there's an opportunity where a non-quarterback could win it. And I think if he has
They don't give it.
two
They don't give it,
thousand,
bro.
actually the year Peterson was 9 yards short of breaking the record. No,
Yeah.
no, he won it that year.
He won
MVP.
comeback player of the year.
No, he won MVP that year.
Did he?
Peterson won MVP. Yeah.
Did Derrick Henry win it?
No,
For rushing 2,000
no,
yards?
he didn't. He didn't.
He won offensive player of the year.
Yeah,
The
I
year
think you're right. It's just
the
the
year
MVP is the
Peterson won it.
quarterback.
It's just a
award.
quarterback award, bro. They're just not
Nah,
going to
the
do
year
it.
Peterson won, he had 2,097 yards,
Yeah.
He was 9 yards short of breaking the record
348 attempts, 12 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
off a knee injury the year before.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
200
And winning the shit out of
277
his son the
yards.
year before.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you know what you didn't do in you know what you don't do in Peterson's house? Talk fucking back. That's why.
He can get a switch and beat
Go
you
get
up.
a
You
Switch.
fucking do not talk back when you're in Mr.
Hey.
Peterson's house.
Shout out. Shout out. You got to discipline these kids, bro. You're not
Yeah,
raising
just-
boys, you're raising men. Write that down.
Raising Cane's is a restaurant.
If Raising Cane's was a sponsor us, we do not
I'm
agree with
so-
it.
I'm
I
so
did not
glad we
agree with
had this
anything JA and Georgie
Mind
said.
games.
Raising Cane's, you can still sponsor me.
I definitely want them to sponsor me.
Nah.
Their sauce is delicious.
They're not going to sponsor you.
Why?
All right. Are we
They're
done, boys?
Christian boys.
Oh,
We're
my
done.
Christian boy. All right, boys. Thank you very much.
Hit up the socials. Hit up the
yeah,
socials.
hit
They
the
are
socials.
Dallas people, actually, though. So they might
Tune in tomorrow night. Brock might even live film me running 100 yards.
Live stream. you
I'm
running
dead.
up
I'm
on
dead set going to do it. As soon as I get to practice, I'll do a quick little stretch because
Quick
I'll
little stretch.
tear my fucking hamstring.
Yeah, no shit.
And someone's going to teach me how to do the full sprinter stance, and I'll come out of
Oh,
the
yeah.
blocks. Like, I don't know how to do it.
Do we get?
Or do I just make it even worse and just start standing?
For what it's worth, I don't think it's going to help that much.
Do we hit up our new guy and get a special guest to
dare
run
you.
it next to you to see like the comparison?
How dare you?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep.
All right. No, I just want to run one on my own.
You want to run
and
by
time
yourself?
it. And I want you to have the stopwatch and just
Yeah.
timing me. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. See you, boys.
Peace.